Be in the know.
Hey girl, what are you up to tonight? Want to order a pizza or something?
I can't. I have plans with Brian. We've been talking about, we might,
Do the horizontal hustle? Take a midnight mattress ride? Drill for oil on protected land?
Good one.
It's your first time, right?
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's huge.
That's what she said.
Do you think you're ready? Sex is a lot of fun, but it's also a big responsibility.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while, and we're both ready to take this relationship to the next level.
The next level? It sounds like you've been watching too much reality TV.
Guilty.
Have you thought about protection?
You mean like birth control? Oh, I'm not worried about that. You can't get pregnant the first time you have sex.
Girl, come on. That is a super fail. You can get pregnant anytime you have sex. Do you want to have a baby?
Well, no, not really. But what's the big deal about getting pregnant? I mean, I'm 18. I'm technically a grown-up.
Would a grown-up forget to do her laundry for a month?
I keep forgetting to get quarters. It's cool. I'm using swimsuit bottoms as underwear.
Very resourceful. But my point is, getting knocked up before you settle down is a bad idea. For one thing, getting pregnant means you're much more likely to drop out of college.
Yeah, that happened to a friend of mine. She had to quit school to take care of her kid.
Well, dropping out of college reduces your chances of landing a great job. Some employers won't consider applicants without a college degree.
That's not fair.
Well, it may not be fair, but it's true. Lots of teen moms have to suspend their education, which means lower paying jobs. Some struggle to provide basics for their family. And as for being a grown-up, don't you want to have a little time to enjoy the freedom of adulthood without a kid to be responsible for?
Good point. But really, nobody gets pregnant the first time they have sex, do they?
Yes, they do. It's a myth that you can't get pregnant if you've never had sex before, or if you've had sex in a hot tub or swimming pool, or if you jump up and down immediately after sex.
So you're saying jumping jacks are not good birth control?
Right. They might help with the battle against the freshman 15, though. It's also not true that you can't get pregnant if you're on top, your partner pulls out before he ejaculates, or you douche, take a bath, or pee immediately after sex.
But doesn't douching wash out the sperm?
No, the sperm can't be washed out, and douching can even increase your risk of pregnancy by pushing them farther up into the vagina.
Creating super turbo sperm.
Right. Basically, all you need to know is that you can get pregnant anytime you have sex. Birth control provides solid protection against pregnancy, but the only foolproof way to avoid pregnancy is abstinence. You'll also need to make sure you're protected from sexually transmitted infections, or STIs. STIs are really common. 1 out of 4 sexually active teenagers will catch an STI this year. How scary is that?
Wouldn't I be able to tell if Brian had an STI? I'm sure he would have told me he has something.
If he hasn't been tested recently, he may not know. Most people with STIs have no symptoms at all. People can be carriers for years, passing it on to their partners without even knowing.
If an STI doesn't have any symptoms, it's probably no big deal, though, right?
Wrong. Untreated STIs can cause serious medical problems like pelvic inflammatory disease and infertility. There are basically 2 different types of STIs, bacterial and viral.
What's the difference?
Bacterial STIs like syphilis, chlamydia, and gonorrhea often show no obvious symptoms. There might be an unusual discharge or pain during sex or when you pee. Most bacterial STIs can be cured with antibiotics.
Good to know. Can viral STIs be cured too?
No. Viral STIs cannot be cured, but their symptoms can be treated. Viral STIs include HIV, genital herpes, and HPV, which can cause genital warts.
Okay, so what are the symptoms for those?
Genital herpes can cause ulcers or sores on your private parts.
Yikes.
Yeah, seriously, no fun. There's no cure for genital herpes, but if you find out that you have it before the symptoms appear, you can prevent the virus from spreading to your partner.
What about HIV?
Some people develop a flu-like illness. Others have no symptoms at all. All you need to get tested is a simple cheek swab. You'll have to get blood taken to confirm the test if it's positive.
Gotcha. What about HPV and genital warts? Are they the same thing?
Well, genital warts are caused by the HPV virus. Genital warts usually appear as a small bump or group of bumps in the genital area. They can be small or large, raised or flat, or shaped like a cauliflower.
Well, I definitely would have noticed if Brian had those. So we can rule out HPV.
Not necessarily. Genital warts are a very visible symptom of HPV, but HPV is extremely common, and some strains of HPV have no symptoms at all. So the absence of genital warts doesn't necessarily mean that you're in the clear. Also, HPV can cause cervical cancer or infertility if left untreated, so it's super important to get tested regularly.
What about that new HPV vaccine? Is it expensive?
It's usually covered with little or no cost, but talk to your health care provider about it. HPV vaccines can protect against most cervical cancers, and some also protect against genital warts.
I heard that you can't catch genital warts or genital herpes unless your partner is having an active outbreak. Is that true?
No. Some people think that because viral STIs like genital warts and herpes are contagious through skin-to-skin contact, they can't be caught unless you touch the visible sores. But both genital warts and genital herpes can be active on the surface of the skin without showing visible symptoms and can be transmitted to a partner.
So some viral STIs are invisible and incurable? That's scary. How do I avoid getting an STI?
Well, abstinence is the only 100% foolproof method. But if you're going to have sex, using condoms is the best way to avoid contracting an STI.
Okay, but shouldn't the guy be in charge of getting condoms? I'd feel embarrassed to get them myself.
Yeah, I understand feeling self-conscious. I felt the same way the first time I got condoms from the health center. But you've got to get over that. It's your body, your health, and your responsibility to protect yourself.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I know you feel embarrassed, but how embarrassing would it be to tell your family that you're pregnant or that you have an STI?
My dad would kill Brian. And then me. And then Brian again.
Exactly. So in order to prevent a double homicide, you need to score some condoms. Usually health centers have them for free. You can find a local health center. You just have to enter your zip code.
So what exactly is a health center?
It's an affordable medical center where you can get STI tests, receive birth control prescriptions, and get answers to your questions. Visits to health centers are completely confidential, meaning they'll never notify your parents that you've been seen there or that you have been given birth control.
I'm a little nervous about going to a health center.
That's understandable. I was nervous my first time too. But lots of students go to health centers. There's no reason to be freaked. I'll go with you if you want.